That's hard for the streets.
You are now catching the ChillBuzz.
Fire.
Welcome to ChillBuzz Radio, where we shed light on the deep, dark truth of New York City and the surrounding world around it. I'm DJ Luca Knight. I'm here with EZ Cardinali for this second time, and glad to have you here again.
Second time's a charm, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, man. We've been through so much. The world is changing in so many different ways, and excuse the noise. I just cracked this Red Bull, but I should probably cut that out because Red Bull isn't paying me enough, and I'm saying their name too much on my
factual.
show. I should, but they'll probably sponsor me. It's bound to happen. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Luca Knight and EZ, they fuck with that Red Bull." Like we should throw some commercials on them and invest.
It gives you wings, they say. Let's fly.
It does, and I'm kind of flying right now. Just going through some old school stuff back in the day, reminiscing, looking at videos from the past, seeing how shitty the technology was. Just with technology constantly improving, me and Marty went in about that on episode 4 a lot, like just how over the span of decades things changed so drastically, and they're gonna keep changing.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are afraid that they're gonna lose their jobs or automation.
Oh, people are already losing their job right now. You see McDonald's. McDonald's has kiosks. There's no need for any of those
self-checkouts at the supermarket.
Of course. Why should business owners
especially now with viruses out in the world, they want less people out being active.
Absolutely. It's quicker too, I think, the automated.
The cab drivers, sometimes I take long cab rides and you just conversate with them, and they're scared to death because they have these pod things coming out that self-drive people. It's just a self-driving pod that transports people wherever they need to go, and all these cab drivers and Uber drivers are first the cab drivers are threatened by Uber, and now Uber is going nuts over the pods,
right?
Factory workers over robots replacing them, and
it's
even
happening.
McDonald's, like you said, it's crazy.
No, it's happening. It's definitely happening. Especially these huge corporations, they're gonna think smart. It's 2020. From here on, everything is gonna be I want to say it and I want it to happen. Clap on, clap. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole mentality now, 2020 and moving forward. People don't want things to take long. People want things right now, ASAP.
Remember back in the day how internet was back in the day? How it was so slow, and you have to dial up and all that shit. Watching a video was heaven.
What? And now now it's fiber optics. Fiber optics is a big thing. The radiation. Listen, get ready for all of that, man. The world,
crazy.
It's coming. It's coming down. Ready or not, here it comes. Get ready. You got to get ready for everything and anything.
It is.
That's why I love New York City.
The world changes so much, and you can't ignore the fact that it's going to continue to change more rapidly. We got crazy viruses out here killing people. Is that stopping technology from improving? No. I don't know what to think about that whole vaccine thing.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm not taking nothing. The government, listen, dear government, I will not take any type of vaccine. I'm sorry. I just can't. One thing that I definitely believe is it's a way of control in a way. You know what I mean? It's even with the whole flu vaccine, it's actually putting the flu in your body so your body can get used to fight. I don't believe in the vaccine. There's some good vaccines also in Brazil, and they don't even have it here. My wife wants to actually get it imported. Brazil has this vaccine not just Brazil, but every Latin country, I believe. It's a vaccine that you get it when you're young, and it leaves a mark on you. It's crazy.
Yeah, I see the mark.
That's what I'm
mark.
Exactly. There you go. You want to call it that?
Good few immigrant chicks.
Okay, you want to get political. You want to call it?
Okay,
I see how it is. You want to get political here.
I mean, I have nothing against immigrants.
I understand, but
don't get the feather on my head
joking,
twisted like I am Native American. But I want to be here if my Native American ancestors didn't,
that's why you have that leaf. Luca Knight, baby.
With my European immigrant ancestors.
That's
You
a
know,
fact.
like
That's
it
a
is
fact.
what it is. I'm built off of the love of everything.
Exactly.
You being a Brazilian
Natural,
doesn't
keep it
mean
natural.
that you're not, because Brazil is a very diverse country,
Listen,
just how America is.
I believe in naturality.
Brazil is America. If you really think about
It's
it,
just-
this is just the United States.
South and
But
North
North America,
Makes
North
a lot of
America and
sense.
South America actually is
One
the
land.
full America. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you see, there's things that is done here
like
that's
there's
not
actually
done
a
there.
country named after Christopher Columbus, Colombia.
There's things that are done here that are not done there, and there's things that are done there that are not. You know, so it's they need to help each other in a way. You know, like open the doors that they have open here. And
They
you know,
should,
it's
and you know
crazy,
what?
man.
Like Trump talks a lot of bullshit, but
He
one
likes
thing
Bolsonaro.
He does
Bolsonaro.
talk. He loves.
Bolsonaro.
He has a great connection with Brazil.
Yo, Bolsonaro is his man. That's his right hand man.
That's what I'm saying.
they-
So,
you know,
I
But
don't
listen,
want to
no
get
vaccine,
too into
no vaccine.
politics just
No
because
vaccine.
I don't know what to think about it. One thing I do want to say is I heard this from a source that I'm too high to remember, but basically, they said that Joe Biden plans on retiring after 6 months. Like he's
come
going
on,
on
man.
medical leave or some shit.
Let him win first before you start coming out with these jokes.
Like, I don't know who said that.
Don't
but
retire him
I heard
early.
that's like
That's-
an actual thing. Like it's like an actual plan. Like I mean, I don't know how legit it is. Like it
That-
could have been you that told me, and I can't remember.
That's one
honestly.
thing. That's one thing that you got to be, ready for whenever you get on the spotlight. People are gonna joke around. You become the next meme.
But you
Get
know
ready.
what? It's bad
That's
for
funny.
him.
That's a funny one. 6 months.
It's bad. Like I mean, like honestly, I wish I could just take the good qualities of Trump and the good qualities of Biden and just mash it up into one person.
What about Kanye West,
And it would
though?
actually be a great president.
Would you rather
If
Kanye
you take
West?
only the positive of both candidates and just like fucking smash them up in a machine.
Forget them. What about just Kanye?
I mean,
a couple of his
we already
verses.
endorsed Kanye, man, and then
A couple of his verses would have made me definitely.
I
I can't vote, by the way. So
episode 7, basically, like we weren't thrilled about the fact that we couldn't come back and talk about Kanye's run and talk about being excited for voting for him, and because he got eliminated for fake votes.
Oh wow, that's celebrity shit, bro.
I mean, like honestly, I feel like how Kanye supports Trump. I feel like Trump loves Kanye and Kim Kardashian. I feel like he ran just to kind of
Be a distraction.
get the hip hop community to be on Trump's side more.
Okay.
Because now that he's out, he's obviously going to endorse Trump.
Okay,
You know
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying?
That makes a lot of sense.
And like, it's at the point where it's like I was gonna
Listen.
vote for Kanye. I'm not voting now, like unless like something in the debates drastically changes.
Listen, believe it or not, whether you love him, hate him, Trump is gonna win again.
Like he's just flashy with it. Like that's like why do you think people like Kanye's out here like trying to be president now? Like, because it just creates like a door for like anyone to like walk into. It's crazy, but I don't know. I just hope things work out. We got Halloween coming up. We got like the election. We got
There's a lot
Thanksgiving.
going
we got
on.
the cold weather.
Get
We don't
ready
know
for
if
winter.
we're gonna
Bundle
get a
up.
second wave. I'm praying there's no second
Listen,
wave.
there's a little spike, little small. It's basically like a 1% kind of thing, but it's still out there. People gotta understand.
People just keep your immune system very healthy.
It's still out
That's
there.
really the key.
Do what you gotta do to
You want to
keep
stay
safe.
very healthy and just like try to take vitamins and not
Absolutely.
like eat good food, stay in, cook if you can. Like I save a lot of money and I'm not even that much of a good cook, but just me staying in more, eating inside, cooking my own food, I make it better than things I pay literally quadruple the money
That's a
for,
fact.
like right here on this strip of
Yeah, don't stop wasting your money on the strip.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck that. But I learned a lot of new skills. I'm more than just a bomb DJ.
Let's go.
Okay, there is other things I'm good at. But yeah, man. Like as you see, we have this podcast set up on a casino table. I mean, it's
Listen.
actually a roulette board. And I play roulette. I got a lot of money from Empire Casino. And
Let's go.
and I lost a couple of dollars, but I left still in the green. Like, I kind of bent them over and gave them the works. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's good, man.
I like poker.
I don't really know how to gamble.
I play a lot of poker, stuff like that, and you know, I like doing it for fun more. You know, like if you know how to play poker, I'd say, you know what, let's play. Like, let's throw 20-20, friendly game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just to see where it
people
goes.
Really are like who are going after to like cut people's throat and make money. You just like it could be ruthless. It can be.
No, I bet. You know, I bet.
Casinos are closed.
I got married in Vegas, man.
Are the casinos open? You got married in Vegas?
Yeah, I didn't do any. I didn't.
Thanks for inviting your boy.
Yo, listen. I'll tell you right now, that marriage was like 1, 2, 3, and like I can't even believe it happened.
It was, well, I would love for you to come to my wedding. You know,
listen, man, we're gonna make it happen, man.
Because I will have a DJ at my wedding.
We're gonna find
it's my wedding. Listen. I can't DJ my wedding. My wife will probably strangle me instead of marrying me.
Listen, check this out. I want all the ladies listening.
I do want a little half-hour set.
Our friend Luca Knight here, single, ready to mingle. He's available.
You know, it's hard. Like I wear a mask,
beautiful
bro. They don't even know what I look like. But the music.
That's fact for everybody. That's a fact. Now we've been living in the days where all you see is the eyes. You don't see the face anymore. You don't see the facial expression because the mask has blocked that away.
The music talks though. The music the music does its works for me. Remember how like last episode I said like, you know, I let the moves talk in the club. I wasn't as good as talking. It's like if I like am with the girl and I put on one of my mixes and I'm like cuddling with them, or even if I just like do like a little like set and it's like literally I'll be like 10 minutes into it and they're just like trying to undress me like in the middle of it, you know. It happens, and like
so that's what honestly, you've been doing. You've been using the music for love.
That's a very turn on for me. One time,
so you've been using the music for love.
I've had a bitch. You know, and I will call her a bitch because she punched me in the face. Oh, but she punched me in the face like she was just on some fuck. Like I don't know what was wrong with her, but she got pissed off over something, super emotional.
It happens.
Took something the complete wrong way. And she just like punched me in the face. And then when we're talking after, like I'm guarding myself, and we're talking after, she actually tried to like stab my bike tire, like all that, and like punch me in the face and shit. But then said like, you know what? You could go fuck yourself, dead ass. Like I'm not like fucking with you no more. Like I'm blocked. You never hit me up again.
Wow.
But like I'm not even gonna lie to you. You're an amazing DJ.
Wow.
I walked away from that situation. Like you know what? I can take that. Like you know what?
Cool.
Like
that's awesome.
I had her in the bed. Like you know, every female is complicated. I don't really try to piss them off when I'm like, you know, trying to, you know, do the woo-hoo with them, you know.
Okay, so
but
you're basically...
it just happens sometimes by mistake,
Luca's basically just using the music to get some love. I understand.
I mean, it's just who I am. I am music.
Cool, man.
I am music.
Cool.
You know, like,
man.
We came a far way back, like ever since we were just kids, like partying, clubbing, fighting in the club, all that. Like high school, like forced to build gangs, like just because everyone was in gangs, like the way we grew up, you know. So it's like you have to either join one or build one.
Exactly.
And you know, it was just everywhere. And then
that's good though, because it gets you in the mentality of building.
It builds a brotherhood.
It definitely did. Absolutely. Shout out to Mount Vernon. Absolutely.
Shout out to Mount Vernon. There's many sets who we've been involved with and affiliated with and a part of in Mount Vernon. And really, it's at the point where really there's full unity in Mount Vernon.
That's
like,
absolutely
as far as
great.
Me and EZ go, there's not really anyone who we don't get along with. Like, that's
factual.
My hometown.
I love my town.
It is right here next to the city. I wouldn't mind moving back, like, to be honest, like, because it's right here. It's walking distance to the 2 train. I walk right to 241st, you know, and just hop on the 2. It is
and
what it
listen,
is.
shout out to Mount Vernon, just to be, you know, let everybody know, like, Mount Vernon is a city that can definitely change someone. If you grew up in Mount Vernon, it's either you create your path, you follow what's going on, or you follow somebody else that thinks they know what they're talking about. It's like, a lot of us went with the path where you could create, where you have your own vision, and you literally look at it and you're like, okay, I know what I want to do. I just have to do it.
Remember the Nutcrackers?
Dude,
I used to want to be a bartender. I used to, back when I was hustling, I was like, you know what? I want to be a bartender. I want to sell the party, clean money. So I'm like, all right, let me experiment with Nutcrackers. Back when I was still young too, and I knew all the underage kids, I used to sell
you gotta
Nutcrackers.
You gotta do everything.
Which one did you like? The green one or the white one? Or
you guys
shit?
made me an alcoholic,
I had a
man.
rainbow of them shits. Like I remember one kid John ended up in the hospital and
Listen,
blamed
before the Nutcrackers, we went to Habibi's. Remember Habibi's?
There was a rumor going around saying that I used to lace my Nutcrackers with E.
Just because people used to get so fucked up. But
it's like when
crazy.
it really comes down to it, like E-pills would go for $20. Like I'm not gonna waste $20 on something I'm like selling for $5. It's just not worth it. You know, you're lucky if that happens. Like that Nutcracker's gonna cost $20. Like
listen, we made Habibi rich, man. We used to get liquor from him under. Oh man, can I say?
Oh,
we used to get it underage.
I mean, they already lost their license.
We
never
were the
got
reason.
that back. It's
Miami Club in the Rochelle, fighting there was the reason they closed down. Habibi in Mount Vernon.
Why did Sue's close down?
Sue's closed down because
Sue's
is just one of those spots that attract a lot of people and attract a lot of people with money. And when there's money, there's violence, and when there's there's envy, there's women. Come on, man. The atmosphere.
It's crazy because Sue Contento, the founder of that place, that's my aunt. Sue Contento.
So you got to call Sue Contento up.
She died not too long after the place closed down.
Oh man, listen. If I had the capital and I was at a point where I had enough money, I would buy Sue's and turn that into like a Amazon slash like club, like Amazon the rainforest. So it's like you feel like you're when you're entering the jungle. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a great spot. It's
kind of how they did that shit on Lincoln Ave, Caldis or some shit like that.
It's like I feel like a strip club in Mount Vernon is just gonna create violence.
I mean, remember Samba Na Brasa?
I remember that.
And then when Maggie's first came out, that was also like type lit too.
I remember that. There was a lot of parties going on in Mount Vernon, man. We were part of the beginning stages.
Yeah, man. Then expanded out to the city. I met my boy Black Irish at a party, and hey, I refer the guy as my key to the city because he kind of simply is. He put me onto a lot of things in the city. Shout out to Black Irish. Even like all the leads I get today, 2020, here in the pandemic. Parties to spin.
That's awesome.
Parties to go to, like all the promoters that send me all the underground things, like that put me in that community of New York City. It started in Mount Vernon, and we did take that over.
Entertainment business,
but like being a part of the only things that are going down in New York City, it's like pretty cool. And
that's awesome.
Kind of like Black Irish is kind of my like gateway into that, So
thank God for him.
He's so I was good. You get seen by the right people, just like us with this show. I feel like our product, what we do, we could be on a official New York radio station. Like what are we missing? Not much.
Come on now, we can't be that bad. We're great. We're awesome. You love listening.
Just with this recording right here, it's like shit is
this
pretty
is
much
finessed. But this is the mentality that people gotta have, regardless, right? Whoever's out there trying to do whatever they want to do, if you do good, people are gonna talk. If you do bad, people are still gonna talk. So at the end of the day, just do you. It's not gonna make a difference.
Because people, if you do good, people hate.
Yeah,
if you do bad, people shame you.
So just do it. Like you just have to do whatever it is that you want. You just have to do it, no matter what nobody says.
And don't hate. It's all about peace and love. It's like
support each other. Man.
No one wants that bullshit. Fucking. Basically, it's like I don't know. Like right now, I heard that the UK just passed something to start universal based income to the point where all their residents are going to get a certain amount of money every week or month or whatever it is to live on, like not including what they do for work. They just get that money. Something that Andrew Yang wanted to do.
Wow,
you know,
the
and like
UK's
I kind of
wow,
looked at
that's-
that idea. I'm not someone who has the most money in the world, but I looked at that idea that he wanted to give people $1,000 a month. Like, you know what? That might fuck up the country.
Just because it's for free.
But I looked at him like, you know what?
Gotta work for your money, man.
That might actually fuck up the country. And now, after all this pandemic shit, after he's been out of the race, because now if he was running, he would be the fucking savior. You know, like every universal basic income, $1,000 for every American every month.
But the thing is, the money has
That's
to
paying
keep
your
rolling.
rent and your food every month.
Yeah, that's great to be able
And
to
then
have
whatever
that.
you do for work, you buy clothes, video games, fucking
It's
TVs.
great to have that, but it's not good
Go
because you
out
have
to
to have the
dinner.
money. The money has to keep rolling. Like
That's what I'm saying, but the whole point behind that is automation, and we're dealing with the pandemic, which would help. And the UK is doing it. It's probably a combination of the inevitable automation and the pandemic, which
I understand
it
that.
puts a lot of people out of work. You know, like a lot of people can't work because of it. A lot of people who are health risks or older shouldn't work because they're like high risk, you know. And just robots are gonna, like how we were talking earlier, robots are gonna keep taking over. You know, like it's soon in the future, a few hundred years in the future, technology is gonna do everything, every job there is to do, to the point where even like jobs that require just brain work, physical work, there's gonna be a robot for everything.
that's insane to think about that.
They're
Like they're gonna take over.
They're probably gonna have rights like humans, because AI might evolve to a level where they might perfect creating AI to mimic us like 100% and have like the whole emotion
insane.
side to it.
Yeah, it's insane
And
to think about.
like some people could be better willed, some people could be worse willed. And you know, you might see robots catching charges and like going to jail.
That's crazy. That's insane to think about.
Like a
but
lot
that's-
of things can happen.
It's
but
pretty much the
it
movies
has
that
to happen,
we
'cause
watched.
If they test around with that world and like, you know, like keep advancing things, like building soldiers, military soldiers, that's pretty scary. You know, like that's something, you know. And but like what good things can happen? Like I don't know. It's like one thing that they're trying to like advance that I think is unnecessary, because right now with 4G internet, I feel like it's good enough. Like back in the day, we couldn't watch movies on our phone with no
of course,
problem.
but that's gonna
now
evolve.
with no Wi-Fi, we could watch a full movie on our phone with no problem.
Yeah,
Stream that shit
insane.
easily. You know, so the whole stress of 5G, I heard they put up a lot of most of the towers already, and it's like on and popping. I mean,
and it's radiation.
Is it really,
It's radiation, I hear.
is that bullshit, or is it like really fucking people up? I don't know what to think. I really don't.
There's certain things that
I don't
come
need
out.
good internet. Trust me.
There's
Like,
certain
I
things that
mean,
come out that it's like if you get stuck into the fact that it's gonna hurt, it's like you'll go crazy. There's so many things that everything that's too much of anything is bad for you. You have to moderate everything. So again, you're saying 4G is good enough. Like why go over the top? But
you don't need to.
But people
You don't
want,
need to. It
but like
makes
you
no
said,
sense.
everything is changing. Robots are taking over. They don't need people to come outside no more. But what are the humans gonna be doing inside if the robots are gonna be
But
taking over
let's
outside?
say like even as
That's-
early as 50 years into the future, I'm gonna be like 81 years old. But
Let's live
think
that
about it. You're
Amen
gonna
to-
have self-driving cars. You're gonna have self-driving checkouts and like systems that don't allow people to steal. It's like you walk into a store, there's no person there. You just go and like you're literally like locked in, and like sirens will go off if you try to like rob the place. But there's no person there, because if someone has a shotgun, no one's gonna get hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like a store will be like that. There will be a car you get into that is designed to never crash no matter what. And that job is gonna be gone of like drivers. Bankers, like what do you really need them for? Like office people, like people who negotiate deals and things like that, like certain like artists, like things like that, like that's one thing. Like art can't be taken over by robots.
Well, they can't teach a robot how to paint.
I'll never lose a job from automation through art.
So they can't teach a robot to paint.
A robot can't do a better set than I can. I mean,
you're saying music.
They could probably.
So you're saying like
just
art
altogether.
in general.
Art, music, like.
Yeah, I mean, there's no
art.
They don't have no soul.
You know, when it comes down to creativity, it's like some things you can't do the way a human can.
No, you can't.
Like, can
no,
art be simulated perfectly the way a human can express it? Can
Absolutely
sex and love be simulated? No. Like, you know,
I mean, you got to ask the guys that actually, you know, have sex with like dolls and stuff.
So will still be things because people are just ambitious and people just always want to evolve and keep progressing. So I feel like even when it comes down to the point where there's full automation and no one needs to work because we have a system, a worldwide system where it's just the planet, one government planet in a good way. That we might go through multiple wars to get to that point. Probably will. But
do you think that's actually gonna happen? Like one order, one. That's insane to think about.
It has to because
you gotta go through a lot of wars.
That's world peace. We need to get to a point where everyone agrees with the better thing. There might be an intervention with aliens where they enlighten us and say like, look, you guys got it wrong. Get on this path, and all will be well. And they might, like, who knows? They might decide we're ready for certain things.
Yeah, I think that I'm gonna meet an alien through Elon Musk or maybe what's his name. Jeff Bezos.
But I do believe that there's more good people in the world than evil, and the world is progressing in great ways. You know, like just look. I mean, like right now with all this Black Lives Matter stuff, like like they're like tying the final knots on like equality, like really, you know, because like everything came a long way, and like people say Black Lives Matter, but it's more than just that term. It's more of a police brutality thing.
Yeah, there's more to it,
and people getting like racially profiled, like no matter what it is, you know, like you could be a straight white person, but just kind of have a hip hop swag and appearance to you. And you're just targeted as like an offender.
It's just just the wrong generation to fuck with, and I think there's gonna be retaliation.
There is a lot of progress, you know. Yeah, like Abraham Lincoln did a lot. Martin Luther King did a lot. You know, like right now, Little Baby, his song, The Bigger Picture, like, you know, he expressed himself a lot, and I love that song. I'm definitely gonna remix that shit up, fire.
Let's go. Shout out to Little Baby. When you remix that, you know, it's a shout out. You know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, things are gonna keep going in a good way. We're probably gonna go through wars, but years in the future, people aren't gonna have to work. Probably lifetime that we see. People aren't gonna have to work because they're gonna start. They're starting in the UK, and as long as we have the technology to like stay true to that and make people live comfortably and not have to work, like it will push people to be more ambitious because people are gonna be at the point where it's gonna be at the point where like, yeah, I'm just chilling in my house, staying here all day. I'm good, I'm comfortable, I have everything I need, but let me do something ambitious and productive and progressive with myself. And I have money to survive, but now whatever I get extra is something to do more with.
Yeah, it's a great point that you brought up.
And build the world to better places, not because you have to, not because you're struggling to pay bills and you're miserable and want to do this task. You want to go to this fucking car wash or fucking restaurant and do your fucking job. Not because you want to do that, because you want to do something good for the world and productive for the world and build more income that you could live an even happier life and thrive more. Like survival will be like basically a right. Like a human necessity will be survival. It will be at that point.
Well, yeah, that's why all these bad things happening is actually a blessing in disguise, because that actually makes the world, us as humans, stronger mentally now. And you know, we're taking that time that we're staying home more, and we're actually looking at the world from a different perspective. So
a lot of people are happier people because they get the time to reflect on themselves.
Exactly. Things change now. Now it's like we want change now, like give it to us or we're gonna take it. That's the type of attitude that this whole quarantine thing created in the world. People are just like, we want this done now, Give it to
and
us.
why is it happening though? Because people want to be happy.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what everyone
Happiness
wants.
is
Everyone really
happiness,
wants
yeah.
world peace. No one
That's
just
it.
knows how to agree on it the right way. And I do think that's inevitable. It will happen.
We're gonna
and
use
when we
music.
get to that
We're gonna
point,
use music
people
too.
are gonna be able to live for free. People aren't gonna hate each other. Once like you don't need police because everyone's happy.
You know what's crazy?
And you don't need you don't need anything. Everyone's just like surviving good. People are going to be able to put more time into space programs and
Things that actually matter.
going out into space and finding other planets and building alliances and maybe like reviving species from the dead and expanding lifetimes and building more interesting technology that we can't even fathom at this point in
it's crazy.
time.
You know, the only place that you actually see the whole world together is actually like a music festival. That's insane to think about. That's why I think Ultra Music Festival for me was like the best experience I ever had.
Oh, you've been there?
Dude,
I've never been there yet.
You never.
It's my dream.
I went there one time, and one time is all I need. I know people, and shout out to everybody that in that community and that culture, because that culture is like, you got to understand it. Like right now, those people are going crazy because there's nothing going on.
Tomorrowland's the big one.
You went there.
I want to go there. That's like my dream.
I never been there. I know. That's like you camp out and everything.
On as far as like the east side of the world goes, Tomorrowland got it. West side, Ultra Miami.
Yeah, listen, and that's where you see people
EDC
together.
Vegas too. That's like a good one.
I think that's where the next one. It's coming. They're still having it.
When are the music festivals gonna start up again?
Listen, man, it's happening. Things are actually opening up quicker than you think. But that's the only place that you actually, getting back to the point, like that's the place where you see the whole world in one place in harmony, everything. Why? Because music is what brings people together. Hashtag save the fucking dance floor, man. Because that's the only thing that's gonna save.
Anything anyone puts out, shares, that is related to music and dancing and really someone who feels like they want to keep that world alive and like you can't live without it and you refuse to let it go at any cost. Anything you put out, please hashtag save the dance floor. Like we're trying to spread that movement because we truly believe in it, and
makes a lot of sense.
Like everyone, like we've had time to reflect on ourselves and be home and whatever, but people can't stay home forever. It's just not gonna happen. And that's why it's like it's a whole dilemma. Like, do we take the vaccine? It might be the only way to get things going normal again.
So now rather
do we
be
fight
healthy.
it? The world's gonna be in chaos. We'll probably have civil wars. Whatever president wins, it's gonna be a fucking war.
Get ready. Get ready for anything is possible. Anything is possible. You gotta be ready for everything.
It's a crazy part of history we're living right now.
You have to have 20/20 vision. See everything clear. What you want is what you need to get. And what's going on right now, ready. It's either you're ready for it or you're not ready for it. But if you're not ready for it, if you're not getting ready, it's gonna come down regardless. Like, we don't have a shield, like a special shield that everybody wishes we had, where we could block certain things. We can't block this. This is coming. This is coming down.
Even
It's
Captain
going down.
America got his shield fucking smashed by Thanos. Like,
you see,
not even his lasted forever.
Listen, man, get ready. Get ready to take control of your life and get ready to just like do great. With all these bad things going on, it's actually something that's gonna help us get bigger and better things that we want. Like, people sometimes don't look at the bigger perspective. Like, look at the bigger picture. Everything that's happening is for a reason. Is to make us stronger and to help us take over and fulfill our dreams while you're here. Because once you're gone, it's basically what you leave behind.
Yeah, you can't give up. Just keep going. Like I switched up my flow. Like right now, I'm at the point where I'm pumping out more podcasts. I bought more equipment. Man. Because there's a lot of money to make on YouTube. And here in New York City, I'd be like right in Westchester, you could go in a bar, inside the bar, but there isn't really like parties like happening like that. But
there's still things going on underground.
Here
things.
in New York
People
City,
make it happen.
you can't
Street
even
parties.
eat food inside.
That's another thing. Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, I heard they extended it through the whole, like, they extended it through the whole winter, outdoor eating. But who's gonna be fucking eating outdoors? And even if you have a closed tent with a heating thing in there, is that really any difference from just having people inside?
Listen, the only thing we got to do is we're gonna have to set up a rave, a party. Everybody go in a bubble. Like everybody has their.
I might have
bubble.
some shit going on in Philly this weekend.
Imagine
actually.
everybody have their personal bubble.
Oh my god, it's
around.
insane. My roommate actually showed me something the other day. It was like a picture of like a helmet certain like rich people are getting, and it looks like some fucking Buzz Lightyear type shit. It's literally like a fucking helmet.
You're gonna see shit like that coming out.
And I think it filters the air. It doesn't just like protect like whatever.
Yeah.
It filters the air.
One thing that we
so if you're out here in dirty ass polluted New
wow.
York, like you can like walk around and be completely protected from the virus, and on top of it, the clean air like you're in the fucking insane. Like mountains, you know, like breathe clean air like you're in the mountains. Like
this whole thing's actually gonna make Halloween much better. Just think about all the costumes that's gonna come out. People are gonna come out with the crazy, insane costumes that are gonna like blow people's mind.
You doing anything for Halloween?
Listen, I told you about Halloween, man. I want to do something because I want obviously I want my daughter and my wife to definitely like enjoy that. It's like a national United States. It's something so. But I always grew up upon like Halloween's not good. You know, things are gonna happen. Parents, man, they always put that. But I'm above that. I can't let religion control me, man. I'm sorry about that. You know, I believe in a higher being. I believe in God. And I believe that good karma, you do good things are gonna happen back to you. But I also believe that like doctrines and just like rules and regulations that come out of churches are just designed to control you, just like the vaccine. Like I don't want to be controlled, man. I'm sorry. I want to just follow my heart, you know? Like you follow your heart. Because when you're going to do something bad, your heart tells you. When you're going to do something good, your heart always tells you. So you're always going to have that instinct that's going to tell you whether you should or you shouldn't do it. So it's like that's all you really need. I don't want to be controlled.
I feel like the internet helps in a big way because it does spread false information, but it does spread the true shit.
No, it does.
The true shit can be confirmed.
It does.
That's, you know, like I guess the more communication there is, because there could be people on the other side of the planet that hated us 20 years ago because they were just told what they were told.
Yeah, of course.
But
there's a difference.
that's why certain countries like when I market certain videos, you know, places I can't put it, places like Cuba, North Korea, they won't like let me market my videos out there because they have so much propaganda to make the world think that it's a certain way. You know, it's like they twist their perspectives. They don't want us to like see their content. They could really like alter anything, and
that you know, I think that's like, you know, I love
it's
parents.
Control. That's
shout
what
out,
it is.
Shout out to parents that take care of their kids, but like a lot of parents are old school parents. Their mindset is it's just so small. Like they overthink it and they complicate it for us because they don't have.
You gotta teach them though. Like,
we have to teach them. Like we definitely have to teach them. We can't let the old generation, you know, fall behind. And you know that's what I've been doing lately. I've been just telling my mom, like, you know, there's certain things that we believed in before or that you grew up believing in that is just not. It's not the same.
It's like, not, man. Things are gonna constantly keep changing. They have and they always will. Let me go grab a cold drink, take a leak real quick.
Man, you didn't have to share that information.
And we will be right back. ChillBuzz Radio. Peace, bitches.
Coming right back. We are live. ChillBuzz Radio, where we only talk about the best.
Yeah, man. I like took a few shots of this red label I had. Like I still have some. But I said had because those few shots got me a little stumbling.
Ready to let it all
but
out.
I feel good, you know.
It's
it's nothing I can't handle. I got the Red Bull to chase it, chilling over here.
Just let the truth out now, you know. Let's talk about this beautiful country that we live in.
Beautiful country, like it's a beautiful country, but it's a bad time to live in it.
Listen, it's true. With all the negativity, with everything that's going on, the racism, the riots, the virus, everything, absolutely everything that's going on in the world and in the United States, I still believe profoundly that this is the best country in the world, where you could still overcome all those obstacles and be where you want to be, regardless of what's going on.
You're probably right, but there's a lot of other good options. Like
there is. No, don't get me wrong. Of course.
In Europe and
listen,
Canada,
man, I'm an Italian citizen myself.
Australia, like New Zealand.
Listen.
I've said this before. I don't want to be too repetitive, but it's something I can't ignore.
No, you're right.
And that was a bar right there if you roll that back.
It's true, though. There is better places than the United States.
Like
don't get me wrong.
New Zealand, I heard there's no coronavirus. Not one.
Exactly. That's why I'm glad you brought that up. It's so
that,
true.
All you got to do is lock the country down.
And shout out to the president. She's a female. You know that, right?
Well, you know Biden
females
wins,
do it better.
Kamala's going to be president. And honestly, I hope that whoever gets elected gets impeached ASAP because I feel like either vice president nominee is kind of a better choice than the president himself. You know?
Yeah, like that's the point right there. Like, it doesn't matter who wins the election, who's running, whatever. The United States is still the best country in the world.
And it's how the pandemic goes too, because like Trump is kind of for opening back up more, and Biden's kind of like pussy with it.
Yeah, man. And listen, man, I'm not a supporter. I can't support.
He is,
coming from an immigrant, but shout out to Trump though. Trump is smarter than you think, man.
I mean, he's a piece of shit though. That's why people don't like him.
It's okay. You know, we need, like, you can't have too much good. You need a little bad. But kind of balances out the world.
If he was a nice guy, if he was the guy he was 10 years ago, people would love him.
But this is the thing. This is what I think happens.
He was actually considering running Democrat.
But this is the thing
and
that
imagine him as a Democrat.
But
people would love that motherfucker.
It's not about like him being a Republican or a Democrat. That's Trump. Like, he's always been the person. He does whatever the fuck he wants and says whatever he wants.
Like, you have to. You don't want to be hated, at least when it's your first term. That's why it's like, if he gets reelected, it's like, God knows.
I think he's gonna win.
This motherfucker.
I know a lot of people don't want him to win. I want the best for the country, and I don't know what's best for the country when it comes to politics, because I don't really.
I'm not voting because it's something that I'd rather not even be a part of.
Listen, man,
I'm wearing a feather.
I'm telling everybody right now, this is the best country in the world. Jump in right through the wall. He ain't building no wall. We good. We still got.
Like, I embrace the Native American side of me, but I wouldn't be here if that Native American didn't breed with that immigrant.
You could go to the Amazon.
Country is built off. Like, Trump, his father came from
Luca,
Europe.
But listen, you could go to the Amazon anytime, my man. There's nothing restricting you.
Yeah,
speaking from experience,
I'll get stripped for all my.
I can't.
My phone, my keys, they'll take my keys just to take them. Like those are my house keys, bro. Like,
you
please.
can still go there without having like that restriction that people have. I feel like you don't need any documentation to go there. Like, people need documentation.
They're so broke. They'll take my socks. They won't even leave my. They'll take my shoes. Like, I kind of get that.
Your tribe is in the Amazon. I feel it with that feather.
My tribe is upstate New York, actually.
It might. You might have
Mohawk, Iroquois Indians.
Might have some.
But we're all. Are you part indigenous Brazilian?
I mean, there's probably a little mix in there.
Got any Inca in you?
Like, it's funny how you mention that, because on my dad's side, like, they're dark, and like my grandmother has like an Indian complexion. She looks. It's Brazil's full of.
But the thing is, Brazil's more closer to the equator. Like, people get it twisted like that. A lot more people were like light skin, like mixed with like white people, like me. Like when we say like we're like part Native American, sometimes they don't believe it because they think of like redskins. But the ones from New York, like upstate New York, they're fairly light. That's true. Like, my grandmother, she was Native American, and it looks like light skin. You could tell if you like look at the Mohawk Iroquois. But she's light because they're north. It snows up here, so like they don't get as much sun, just like Europe and like Russia.
Yeah, where you live,
even
your
like
weather,
South Chile and like Argentina, they're in South America, but they're kind of far below the equator.
Yeah,
so those
true.
people just like naturally like stay lighter, So
yeah, man. Listen, I came here when I was 7 years old, and Brazil's one of the most beautiful countries in the world, hands down. Hate it or love it. We're the best.
I would love to.
We're also the best in soccer. Hate it or love it. just want to leave that out there. Anyway, so America's the best place to live, though, regardless. I think that regardless of the restriction, racism, riots, everything that's going on, everything that's negative, because there's always going to be negativity. You just have to be positive and think positive.
You think the next World Cup is going to happen?
Listen, the next World Cup's going to happen. Neymar's probably going to be
people going to be in the audience?
He's going to get the MVP. People going to watch it.
Because we're only 2 years away.
No, it's going to happen, but we're going to watch it electronically. Like, we're not going to be there.
Oh, they're going to put our faces on Zoom.
It's okay. You know that the players actually play very well without a crowd. They're like, what they have pressure, the crowd, but it's
that pressure.
Yeah, they have the crowd, but it's not the crowd. It's just the sound of the crowd. That's what they've been playing, and that's actually been. I don't know about most of the fans if they feel the same way.
I feel
but
like something fighting based is different, because you have the crowd to you don't want to disappoint them. You're fighting doing a UFC fight.
It's like music. It's like clubs.
I feel
events.
Like if you're doing a UFC MMA fight with no crowd, it kind of feels like you're just practicing or some shit
Yeah, no, there is athletes that
I would think that with any sport, but it's surprising to see that the soccer players, football for our
South American
global fans, but here in New
European
York,
fans, soccer fans all around the world.
The Bronx, Fordham specifically, we call it soccer. I actually want to play, man. We should play one of these days.
Man, listen,
it's a good way to fight the coronavirus.
I'm gaining weight.
It's a good way. You got to keep.
I need to play some basketball.
You got to take care of yourself and just,
have fun,
keep your body in shape and just, eat good and all that. And I miss all that shit. I'll play football on the dirt this winter, if anything. I'll play soccer on the concrete.
That's the thing I love about the Brazilian culture. Kids play in the street. Kids play with anything, with socks, a bunch of socks put into a bag, a fake created ball that they created with not the real. It's insane. Like that culture of being more outside, being more involved. Network is your net worth.
And anytime anyone is outside, they're always posting it up on the internet. Oh, look what I'm doing.
Yeah,
this is proof that I had a good time.
Of course, because people are
life. I'm out here living it up.
People are tired, man. Tired of being out, inside. They want to be, outside, enjoying and hanging out with people. But there's going this is why
people party with masks. Just leave it limited capacity. That's it.
That's why I love
to bring it up little by little. Open up the sporting events at 25%. Do something.
Things are gonna get back.
It can be done little by little.
But whether people say it or don't believe in it, and with all the things that's happening, New York City in general too, I think is one of the best places to grow up with all the negativity. Because the harder it is, the better it is for you as an individual with all those experiences and the gladiator that it builds.
Yeah, it really is, and I would move for the right reasons.
Yeah, where would you go if you had an opportunity to leave the world today? This world. Where would you go?
Right now, New Zealand.
Yeah. New Zealand, right? Yeah.
Right now,
definitely it's the safest spot. It's the safest spot when it comes to talking about the virus. Shout out to
if you want to talk about not the pandemic, probably maybe Spain or the Netherlands.
Okay.
Because I know, with
Sounds
my
fun.
style of music, with that New York twist on it, it would be so lit.
Listen,
and even if you go as far as the States go, maybe Miami or Chicago or probably LA.
Listen, man, we're soon gonna do our debut in
maybe San Francisco.
What about
that
Rio de Janeiro?
Actually has a nice dance.
Rio
scene.
de Janeiro, Brazil, the debut. JT DJ coming back. We call DJ Gus. Get the old crew back, maybe DJ Jonathan.
It would be nice to see JT DJ. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Where's this guy been, man? This guy's a legend, man.
We all spoke about going to Brazil, doing a party out there, But the thing is, if I go to another country, here's another factor that plays in. I would want to go I heard that in Ukraine they love fucking house music.
That's
why a lot of our feed loves Ukraine.
The twin bros.
But also Brazil. But if I go to Brazil, I'm not going out there, the feather in my hair doesn't cut it when I have blue eyes and facial hair.
But you
run your shit, bitch.
No, but
if it's a country where I have people that are from there and have family and kind of know their way around, that also plays a big factor
Yeah, but listen,
where I want to travel. And wherever I go, I'm bringing my setup. Anywhere I go.
No,
even if it's just a hotel, I'm bringing it. I'll do any party for free.
I'm telling you right now, like people have
expanding.
this different vision about other places and other countries, and they create this negativity, but it's not the way that people, create. You have to go for yourself. It's safer than people make it to be. Like, people make it dangerous. People say, oh, you go, you can't wear certain things. You gotta. That's true. You don't want to be all flashy. You got to be smart, absolutely. But they're not gonna be. If you're there for the right reasons, you're doing.
I would want to visit a lot of friends over there. Shout
my
out
brother's
to Igor.
Igor's out there, man.
Shout out to Carol.
A lot of family out there. A lot of people that we know out there.
Shout out to JR.
Listen, man, JR's actually here.
I think I saw that.
Yeah, so we got people all over the world.
I actually knew how to speak a little Brazilian.
Listen, you're in the Brazilian community.
Baseado.
Oh, ele fala português, esse cara.
My favorite phrase.
Oh man, you see, that's what happens when you live around Brazilians and you live around the culture. You pick up.
This
the
is
culture.
how me and your boy Titties, Tiago, shout out. I see you like the page. This is how our conversations used to go every day. He would be like, light up, and I'd be like, match up, and he'd be like, roll up, and I'd be like, break up. And that was how the day started.
That is one unique individual right there, Tiago, because this guy literally speaks with one word. Like, he'll speak with you with one word. Like, it's a quick translation into the whatever message he wants to translate to you. Quick. There's no, he doesn't add too much to it. He's very short and simple. It's like, you got to be ready for that.
Pretty
That's
chill
crazy,
dude,
man.
though. But,
great dude, man.
Had some good memories. He rips it on the dance floor,
Dude, we had great time. Shout out to Tiago. JP used to rip on the dance floor.
JP started fights with someone, like always, in the Brazilian Day Parade in Newark.
Oh, you were there.
Tiago got stabbed in the arm over it.
Oh,
man. We got into a big-ass brawl.
You're going to get into that. Listen, that is actually a conversation that I had with JP.
The ones in Newark, they hated us. But the ones that would go down to New York, I loved them times. Remember Pachi used to set up at the Brazilian Day Parade, and there was the house.
Remember, those were the best. Those were the best.
And there was that fucking hairspray thing that made everyone fucking ring bells in their heads.
Yo, bro, those were the days.
And really, all the parades, man. I remember they had the dance parade. The West Indian parade is lit. Puerto Rican Day parade.
Those are the best.
Man. There's so many. The St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Absolutely.
There's so many great. The Brazilian Day parade was really I
think we had a lot of remarkable times in history going there. Those events, those Brazilian events were very. It was remarkable. We have some great memories when it comes to.
I have
fighting,
an old
dancing.
picture on my government page. Back in the day, it's all of us, a million of us in the
I'm
picture.
Telling you, man. I do not regret everything that we went through, everything that we the phases, the ups and downs, the everything, everything that we saw, went through, and was shaped.
It was fun. It made me want to be an entertainer.
Absolutely,
I love
it.
You were involved in life, and what do you do now?
Listen, man, I do whatever I can get my hands on. You know what I mean? I obviously I love, dealing with people. I like just being in sales and helping people, just getting, whatever they need. If they have needs,
you're good at it.
I'm good because I enjoy people. I don't lie. I keep it 100%.
What goals do you have going forward?
Listen, my goals moving forward is absolutely just become someone who's self-employed. Doesn't necessarily could be anything in general. So that's why I'm trying to do whatever I can. Just let everything out of my heart. I'm not keeping nothing inside anymore. I'm not keeping my mouth shut. I'm using everything everything that's on my mind. I'm putting it into practice, and everything that I'm thinking about, I'm putting it.
So if this party goes down in Philly, by the time. This won't be dropped by then. The 8 will be dropped. But if this party goes down in Philly, and there's a price tag on it, can you say babe, I gotta work?
This is the thing. When you get
a star now, I'm a star.
See, I'm not a star. Yeah, we're not stars yet. We're trying to help people. We're trying to save the dance floor and help people enjoy we're trying to entertain people. We want people to enjoy, not being able to be outside right now. So we're creating entertainment to create that excitement and keep them thinking like there's still hope out there. Like the dance floor, everything's gonna get back to normal with all this negativity and everything that's going on. Like my wife, like she's the type of person that like she would want me to do the best thing for me, but she also knows that we have a daughter. Now it's different. It's
How
different.
Old is
She's 8 months, so you always you can't be selfish anymore.
That's a rough time.
That's the thing. If I didn't
right
have
now, my boy, congratulations.
Thank
by the
you,
way.
man.
I never had the chance.
Listen, you're gonna get there, man.
But,
build your family, man. That's
my
the
boy
goal.
Jason is having a kid in a month, and we actually were talking last night, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we definitely have to chill soon because I'm not gonna be able to chill for a minute." So like it's. Yeah, I know it's a lot. Like when you have like that first kid, like.
And that's the thing. I'm trying to balance everything out. Like you have to balance. You have to have everything balanced out. You still got to get everything that you need to get done, but you still have to remember quality time with quality people, with the family. Because that's
by the time your kid is like 10, you're gonna be like the next Joe Rogan out here.
Dude, we'll be billionaires, man. It's okay. You got to start somewhere. We started somewhere. We have footage of what we used to do before. It's just a matter of time. Like hate it or love it. Like we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Something I just have to bring this up. Like Joe Rogan is a big influence
He's the man.
Of this show.
He's the man,
and he's making a big move to Spotify. And they took some of his episodes off, but then put them back up. I guess the controversial ones. And soon none of it's gonna be on YouTube, and it's all gonna be on Spotify. But now there's a bunch of people, Spotify workers, threatening to go on strike, all because Joe Rogan isn't going to censor his episodes. That's what makes it good. So that's actually like a huge thing going on in the podcast world right now. Like I don't know how that's going to go. Like our podcast, we talk about whatever the fuck we want. We're not censoring this shit. I feel like ultimately that might hurt Spotify. Let the motherfuckers go on strike. Like hire a new workforce.
Yeah, it's insane.
I'll take the job.
It's insane. We say whatever we want, but in the way you still gotta watch what you say. Look at this guy.
I mean, we're not here to offend anyone.
Of course
not. Like if we do, we're probably just being funny.
Listen,
we like to laugh. We do like to laugh.
We do.
Like,
but those who know us understand. Those who don't know us will get to know us.
I have memories where we were just walking up the hill like with our fucking asses moving cars and shit. Like,
oh man, don't talk about those days, man.
Just crazy shit, like but you can't get offended. We've throwing snowballs and fucking people's open car windows.
You just gotta be open-minded, man. You gotta be open-minded. Everything that you go through, every fun that you have is to teach you a lesson. You decide if you want to learn that lesson and get better as an individual. But everything is for a reason, man. I enjoyed our times, man. We had some good times. We did a lot of crazy things.
Especially like now, it feels like so extra fun reminiscing over that stuff because the times right now, it's so different, kind of in a scary way. Absolutely. This is something that 5 years ago we would look at like, oh, this kind of looks like a video game. This looks like a movie, some future. Like, what the fuck is this? Like some basically war against a virus. That's what we're dealing with. And
it's insane.
It's riling people up.
That changed the world. That stopped the world.
Riots and protests, which is probably spreading it more, but I feel like it's still going down. That's why I just hope things just like take a good turn. But it's really gonna come down to the vaccine. That's really what it's gonna come down to, because they're gonna be like, all right, we have this. It's perfected. Everyone needs to do it if you want to be involved in anything.
I don't think it's that simple the way.
But
it's going to take a lot longer than we think.
Look how many vaccines we do already in the world to protect ourselves from other diseases and viruses and illnesses. Like things like, remember going to school, you can't go until you get this shot. Like, I remember. Like, there's a lot of things that like we already vaccinate for. Like things that like Amish communities who want to live like they lived like half a millennia ago, like no electricity, like no nothing. They don't vaccinate themselves and they live stupid short lives. Not to offend any of them, but Like, you know, they could leave if they want, but if they decide to stay and live that life, no vaccinations, now you catch an illness, now what?
It's like a religious
You know what I'm
thing,
saying? But us in a society that thrives, you know, we do vaccinations. And actually, I almost died from the flu last year. I never got a flu shot. I've always been kind of one of those somewhat skeptical people.
Yeah.
But it was so bad I almost died to the point where I'm getting a flu shot this fall.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens. A lot of people's open up their mind about it now. Like, oh, I have to do something that I never did before in order to protect myself.
It's just scary the way like all the conspiracy, Bill Gates bullshit stuff like that riles people. That makes people skeptical, and it doesn't help at all.
Well, that was one thing that I was telling my family and keeping everyone around me, like, you know, connected. Like, I was like, listen, don't let the media, don't get stuck up in the media and let that control you and create all these bad thoughts, because that's what it's created to do. Yeah, it's really going on, but you shouldn't be watching it because you can't do nothing about it. Like, if you could do something about it, then okay, I understand why you're watching all that. But if you can't do nothing about it, why are you letting that prevent you from doing what you could do to be able to get to a better position, to be able to just, you know, save yourself and the ones around you? You know what I mean? Because there's things going on that we can't control, but there's things that we could do to be safe. You know, like for instance, like being more cleaner, like taking more, you know, showers, like washing more.
Everyone was so ratchet. Like even in the dance community, it's not going to be as like you know, like they're gonna wipe down every bathroom before they let someone else in.
That is true.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, the world has been sanitized.
It probably will create more jobs for a while, because for things to like go back, like, you know, like people need to clean things extra. Like people are going to move forward being careful.
Absolutely.
They need to build like pandemic crisis relief.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of those programs being created now.
A priority. Another thing that needs to be a priority, which makes me lean more towards the Democratic side in a huge way, because I believe it's important, the whole global warming thing and how the conservatives just overlook it like it's nothing. Look how we didn't see this coming, and it just fucked us up, the whole world. The United States a lot, because we're like the capital of the world, you know? So like, what if the next thing is some global warming shit, and it just fucking like really like something like this times 10, you know? You really never know what's gonna happen. It could be some day after tomorrow type shit going on.
That's what I was saying earlier, and I was talking to you about it. We actually watched what's gonna happen already. We've been watching movies for so long now. We know what's gonna happen. Like, it's funny that people
Contagion 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's so many things that's good.
The Purge movies coming out, and then you
everything
got
that we're watching, all the entertainment that we're actually seeing is actually telling us what's gonna happen, what could happen, what people already envision or planned.
How many robots, the Terminator movies, all that stuff.
No, it's insane. It's insane. We have more knowledge out there than we know. Like, there's more things out there to help us be prepared and understand what to be prepared for and how to be prepared for than we actually like utilize. It's there. It's right here. You could grab it. You know, instant gratification nowadays.
When a movie is like made, I feel like it's written to be something that could possibly make sense as a real concept, you know?
Yeah.
Like any idea that really works and is a good movie, it can't be absurd, because it's not going to make sense. It's not going to entertain, really. You have to put an actual setting where things go on that actually make sense, you know? So all fiction, it can lead to being nonfiction, I believe.
Okay, makes sense.
You know, like things that we like, all right, books that were written in like the mid 1800s, if they involve things that are real in this current like point in time, they were considered a fictional book back then. But now that like we're living lives that are actually happening, like if they wrote some fictional book about like people having phones and flying in the air on you know, like they didn't have that back then. That was fictional. If they wrote it, it was science fiction.
They didn't want people to know the truth. Like, they kept people from the truth.
But it wasn't happening back in like 1850. There were no planes. There were no phones. There were, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of things we have today. Like, there was no internet. If they wrote a book about kind of how things are today, that would be considered a science fiction book. Right? So if they wrote a book or a movie today about things that we look at like, oh, that's not real, whatever, but it makes sense, and it can happen if you actually think about it and think generations into the future. In the future, 100 years in the future, it's going to be looked back and like, oh yeah, they got that right. That's actually proved to be a non-fictional story now because it actually is not fake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's actually happening. It's real life.
So I don't think it's always like, oh yeah, the government's warning us, zombies are coming. Like, you know, I don't think it's necessarily always that. I think people just have good ideas that make sense and are entertaining and in ways that can be scary or can be good or interesting, and like
creativity at its best.
And if it makes sense, anything that makes sense can happen if you really think about it.
Anything that makes sense makes money.
Yeah. So people, if you got anything that makes sense and is interesting in your life, do something with this time. Like if you're collecting unemployment because your job is closed and you have time to sit home.
What are you doing with that unemployment?
Put something towards like I don't know, a camera, a mic, and like computer, do something useful instead of like cancel your Netflix account, like, you know, hack the free shit online if you have to, you know, like if you want to be a part of this podcast, if you want to be a guest on our show,
oh man, of course,
you could always hit us up 929-575-9211 ChillBuzz Radio anytime.
Of course, like, we welcome you with open arms.
And I mean, anything you got interesting to talk about, you know, like, you know, me
the country that I love, baby, freedom of speech.
We're here. We want to learn ourselves, and we want you to help project that same knowledge into the whole world, not just New York. We just got that New York perspective. And, you know, we could do a long distance thing. If you have a mic, we could do like, you know, Skype podcast or something like that. We're always open to things like that. But if you're right here in New York City area, metropolitan area,
city that never sleeps,
you always meet up. You come and meet here, right here in Fordham, Bronx.
Let's go. This in the heart of the BX, baby.
Yes, Boogie Down Bronx. Or we can come wherever you are if it's not too far. You know, should put that on a fucking bar.
Oh, hold on, it's dropping
with
balls,
the mobile setup with no problem.
We might bring a rapper through. We might bring, you know.
Yeah, if you rap, if you're a musician, a DJ, anything, producer, if you do a business, you want to promote it, like anything. You know, it's like you promote your business. What do you do? How can you make money? Because they'll call the ChillBuzz line, and I will relate. I will
listen. Anybody needs interior, exterior work, asphalt, paving, anything to do with construction, remodeling your home, renovation, talk to your boy, man. EZ Cardinali here. We're letting everybody know that we can help you, even if you don't want our help. We're still here to help you.
Yeah, even if you just want to promote your business. And it's interesting. You can make this show entertaining. Come through, fucking talk about it. We'll give you that free promotion, and we'll promote us at the same time. You know,
we're enjoying. We're talking. We're having a good time. We're talking about things that are going on now. We're talking about things that happen. You know, we're always gonna reminisce in the past, but we're always gonna think about the future, because the future is what's coming. You know, ready or not, here it comes. You know.
And if you got ideas to improve the future, or things that you want to get out and you just think people should know, just let us in. Be a part of this movement.
Let's talk about it.
Hashtag save the dance floor.
Dance it out. Talk about it. You know, have a glass of wine, chug a Red Bull, drink some water. You know, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
Smoke an L if you're that type of person. Not everyone is, but listen, I am.
It's a free world, you know. It's a free world. Just be moderate, you know. Be moderate.
Yeah. Don't drive drunk. Like have a beer, if anything.
Kids.
Wait an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, man. Everybody matters. All right. I don't even want to get all political and everything, but it's like everybody should be able to, you know, look at each other and be like, we should all live in harmony. So watch out for each other, you know, help each other, do everything that you could do.
Not all cops are bad.
Not all cops are bad
neither.
Not
all people of any race are bad. There's dirtbags
in every country,
color, size, and shape.
Fucking fact. That's a fucking fact. So you always gotta have.
But I feel like there's more great people.
There is, but that's what we're trying to spread. If you're the type of person that wants to spread that positivity, that's gonna dominate the negativity that's going on around the fucking world, around the United States, around New York City, come on, man, we're here to talk to you.
Yeah,
come help us.
Be a guest on our show, or do your own show.
That's it.
Don't deprive the world of something you know that might help them.
That's it. That's what we should do. We have something inside, something that we're gonna be able to share with the world. That's gonna, spark the light in the world. And why not throw it out there, man? Entertainment for good and positive energy is the vibrations that we're trying to create. Music is what we're here for. Also, we represent music to the fullest. It runs through our veins. That's number one. And secondly, like, we're never gonna let the people down. Whatever we could do to represent the people and give the people a voice. We're tired of not talking and not putting what we're talking about into action. It's happening. 2020 vision. Let's go.
Yes, people, subscribe. Anything you're interested in that you want to hear on future episodes, leave in the comments. Feel free to ask any questions. Thank you for tuning in. Easy, once again, thank you for being here. It's been a pleasure. It has been a pleasure. We killed this. I look forward to seeing your guys' feedback and just do it and continuing this more and more. Like, we got more coming. It's gonna be awesome. Until next time, it has been ChillBuzz Radio with DJ Luca Knight and EZ Cardinali. Good night, New York. Good night, planet Earth.